Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin, where I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And today I have a question for you. Are you truly in control of your life and all the decisions and everything that you have in your life right now? Not a difficult question, but for some people it is. But the one thing that I will say, and I'm not judging either way, but if you're spending more than 1 or 2 hours a day watching television, on social media, playing video games, or out shopping in the mall, it, you're not really in control. um, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and it's not just my opinion, I think it's fact. And again, I'm not judging. I was in my past. I was there. I would consume my any spare moment I had, which I didn't have a lot of spare time to begin with because I immersed myself in work. So I wasn't in control because I allowed work to control me. And then when I wasn't at work, I was out trying to socialize at breweries and wineries and hanging out with friends or watching movies on DVD or Netflix or watching TV or consuming the news. I was not in control of my life. All those other things were in control of my life. And those things are necessary. Some of them are, sure. But when you fall into the trap of, say, half of your day, even 30% of your day, is you Googling something, or you on Amazon buying something, or you on Facebook scrolling, or on Tinder, or on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Those things are fun. Um, but I got to tell you that they're made to be distractions. They're meant to keep you in a low frequency or low vibration, not thinking for yourself. Believing what those ads are popping up, and the trackers they're tracking you. They're seeing your buying patterns and then throwing more things at you so that you can just stay fixed on those things for somebody else to make money, mostly. And some of us believe for a nefarious agenda, but you know, I'm not judging that either, because regardless of what anybody else's intentions are, that's the experience they're choosing, and I don't have to make it mine, and I choose not to make it my experience. So I don't watch TV anymore. Yes, I'm on YouTube every now and again. There's some people on there I like watching, but it may be a couple hours, I'll say. Um, but I know enough to just walk away from it. Or I'm not saying I'm perfect, but who defines perfection anyway? What's normal? What's not normal? If you're allowing the media or the politicians or any other medium, your friends and family, um, people you meet, people you chat with in rooms, if you're allowing them to determine what your next steps are going to be, or your buying decisions, or what really, you know, how you act every day, your what causes you get behind, and you know, how to act, how to speak, who to speak to, what to say on social media, and nowadays they're censoring you anyway. That's not You're not in control if you're allowing those things in your now space. And again, I'm not judging you for doing that. We all do. But at some point, you have to really ask yourself, is that coming from me? Is all that information being fed to me, for my highest good? Ask yourself that. If you don't care, it's okay. But if you do care, then the more important question is, why aren't you taking the time to figure out what it is you truly want and you truly can control? Things like your career, things like your education, things like your political beliefs and your religious beliefs or no religious beliefs. who to hang out with, who not to hang out with. Those are things within your control. And you can't allow anybody to tell you that you're doing it right or wrong. It's not. Because if it's what you feel in your heart, again, this is not about your head, because your head will get you in trouble. The head will, can be led down a path, down a road. Later on, you'll go, why did I get behind that event? Why did I believe what I was being told about this or that? Why did I make that decision? It wasn't something that I wanted to do anyway. You have to really stop and be with yourself to figure those things out. And if you're sitting on social media all day, or if you're sitting on the phone with friends or in the chat rooms, you're not allowing yourself to really find out if that's what you're meant to be doing. And if you're missing out on any other opportunities, creatively, you know, uh, work-wise, are you really in the job that you really want to be in right now? Are you really, do you really want to go to school, or you were forced to go to school because that's what people do? These are the things that once you limit yourself with busying your mind with other things, like having to be, you know, in the know and the fear of missing out, you start sitting with yourself. And really good ideas start popping into your head, and creative ideas, things that spark you, that lift you up, that motivate you, that influence you, that inspire you. And it didn't come from anybody else except you. I'm sure the person who painted this mosaic here, this beautiful wall in this park, didn't go, didn't, this vision didn't come to them, from Pinterest. It may have influenced it in some way, but this looks very artistic to me. It's beautiful. But that was somebody that allowed themselves to sit with themselves and really decide, I want to create something beautiful. And it's in my mind. It didn't come from anybody else. It came from me. Just like this thunder, and the rain that's not too far away from me. Decided it's going to be beautiful. It's going to thunder. It's going to rain. And that is beauty. Some people don't like that, but it's part of nature. And out here in the West, we need the rain, to deal with the dryness and the wildfires that are prevalent. But again, we're not in control of the weather, you know, but we are in control of our heart. And subsequently, what comes from our heart into our mind that we project. And we don't have to project it onto anybody else, but when it comes from the heart, it's authentic, it's real. And it's what you can control. It's what you should be making decisions from, and basing real important things in your life lessons, people who you really want to hang out with, because your heart will tell you if that person's aligned with you or not. Not negative or positive, just where you are in your frequency, because we are all beings of frequency. So the bottom line is, if you're allowing other things to shape your mind, regardless of whether it's in school, religious organization, um, political arena, in your city, your community, in the world, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not saying stay away from those things. We all have our own choices. I choose to stay away from them. I keep tabs on what's going on, but I choose what to believe and what not to believe. And I don't do it based on, oh, well, they told me that this, I can't say this, or we have to teach our kids that. No. If that doesn't feel right to me, I use the internet, and I Google. I don't even use Google. I use DuckDuckGo, and I go deep. I don't just go to the first things that pop up. I go to the back pages and start researching and base it on what I feel, the facts, real facts, based on other people that gathered facts. Not that they say they gathered the facts, but they can back it up with proof. I like to know. And then I'll base my decision based on that, And I don't do it for everything, because again, your heart will tell you, that's aligns with you. So again, you can be in total control of your life, total control. But you have to sit with yourself and set aside all the distractions, if even for an hour or two. If you're used to being on the internet for 5 hours a day, even if it's work, you're not always just doing work. You're checking your emails and all that. You can stop that for a few hours a day and just be out in nature. Sit in the floor, and count the ceiling tiles, whatever it takes to be with yourself so that you can listen to your own voice instead of all those other voices that are trying to influence you, because they are, whether you like to believe that or not, especially with television. It's programming. And again, you can go back and look that all up too. There's plenty of history. You know where to look. Uh, there's all these things that are not hidden; they're in plain sight. But if you're not wondering about them and being curious about them, then you're doing yourself a disservice because you're just following blindly. And I don't. For me, that's not a good thing. You know, and I've done it in my past. So, but I choose not to do it anymore. And you can choose not to do that anymore either. You can choose what you want to listen to, what you want to hear, what you want to say, regardless of whether anybody's on board with you or not. Then you're in control, you know, because everything's a choice, and it's not a good choice or a bad choice. But just know that you're making it based on your heart, your instincts, your intuition, and your research, you know. And if it feels good in the moment and it resonates right away, and then it's true. Then it's real. It's what you believe, not what you were just told. And I'm talking about spirituality as well. Who you decide to follow, on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Make sure it's in alignment, not just so that you have more followers or you're following more people. That doesn't make any sense. If it makes sense to you, that's fine. But make sure it's making sense from the heart and not just to fill time because you're not comfortable being with yourself. That discomfort is where you should be. You should be out of your comfort zone. That's where you learn the lessons you're meant to learn and experience the things you're meant to experience in this now moment. So choose to be in control of your life, because I used to think in my past that I was in control of my life when I actually wasn't. And now I'm much closer to being in control, full control of my life. There's still some aspects that I'm working on, but that's what the fun that's the journey, that's the fun, is to experience things. So go ahead and experience things, but make sure it aligns with you and you know the consequences, and it's okay if you choose to. So take control of your life. Put down the cell phone for a minute, the the internet, the Call of Duty, the television, the DVDs, the mall, the Amazon. Just for a few minutes and see what a world of difference that'll make for you, especially if you're in a position right now where you're questioning what your life purpose is and what you're meant to do or what's your next move or where you're going to live next or you need a job. The answers are there. They're here, but they're mostly in your heart. So search your heart for answers. Control your destiny, your own destiny, from your heart, regardless of whatever anybody else wants you to do or wants you to believe. Believe what you truly feel. That's how you can be in control. So if you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, give it a like, and subscribe to my channel. And if you are looking to take back control of your life but don't know where to start and need help, guidance, meditation, etc., I am a transformational life coach. The link to my website is below. Just send me your email address and request a free 30-minute decompression session just to see where you are and if I can give you any clarity to align yourself with taking back control of your life. It would be my honor and privilege to serve you in that and support you in that. So again, You're the only one that can control your life, regardless of whatever anybody else tells you. And it doesn't matter who that anybody else is. Your intuition, your inner guidance, your inner wisdom, your heart are what really help you be in control of your life. So seek for that, search for it, take a minute, and have an amazing day.